Welcome back. Right here with me in the studio is the Executive Director, YIAGA Africa, a Nigeria-based non-profit organization with focus on youth engagement, promotion of democratic governance, anti-corruption, advocacy, and policy research. He's also the convener of Not Too Young to Run. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome Samson Itodo. Good to have you, sir.
Always a delight.
Welcome. I mean, you guys are doing a great job at YIAGA Africa.
Thank you.
Sometimes when I see the effort you're putting, I'm like, okay, now there's hope for Nigeria. Now I can join my hope with your hope. And,
I'm glad we give you hope.
Yes, great job. Now we'll go straight into our questions. Over the years, politics, especially Nigeria, has gotten a bad name. Why is that?
Well, the reason why politics has either gotten a bad name or is perceived as a dirty game simply stems from the fact that by conception, politics should be a driver of development.
True.
Politics should provide an opportunity for the leaders, public leaders, and the states to harness, the potentials within a given society and use that to develop and advance society. Because every human being loves growth, the pursuit of happiness and freedom. And what politics is supposed to do is to provide that enabling environment for you to pursue happiness. And for us in this climb, we've used politics to underdevelop ourselves.
Oh my God.
So politics trumps reasoning, it trumps policy. Politics informs how we recruit people in our public institutions. Politics informs how we even distribute resources. And so the whole concept of equity and equality doesn't make any sense to us. We're only concerned about our primordial and parochial inclinations that we have. And that's very, very problematic. And that's why, for us as a country, and even the continent, public leadership or political leadership, it's been very, very bad. That's why you have issues relating to insecurity. In Nigeria today, you can see in different parts of the country, we're grappling with insecurity, the Boko Haram, the banditries, and all that. It's all informed by the fact that democracy has not delivered development to the people. And the people are disillusioned, they are disenchanted, because people who they voted into power have not provided quality healthcare, they've not provided education, power, security. So why should people go out and cast their vote at the end of the day?
Yes, and I actually see it in the attitude of people, I mean, it's another election time, we should go again, like as if you're playing ball. With the people.
That's it.
It's really
it's very, very sad.
Yes. Now, we're aware that when women are involved in the political process, somehow they make decisions that influence not just them, but also their community, their families, and all of that. But why is there only a small percentage of women participation or representation in the political process, since we're talking about women today?
That's a very interesting question. I think, first, the world itself, we live in an unequal world. And by the structure of our society, women are disadvantaged. Like a friend will say, Nigeria hates women. And that is the truth. Because you can see what's happening in different aspects of our national life. Now, the first question you need to ask yourself is, why should my gender or my sex, whatever sort of attribution we use, should inform why the society actually sees me? Why should that inform how the access to resources and power? So it's quite sad if you look across what's happening in the political terrain. And one of the fundamental reasons is just this institutionalized patriarchy that we have in society. That right from our homes, we're telling, our kids that, hey, as a boy, I'm the first of 5. You're much more important. You should have more access to education. And the recognition that is given to the male child, it's not given to a woman or the female child. And the question you need to ask yourself, that even upon creation, that we are all created equal, right? And so the same blood that runs through your vein, it's the same blood that runs through mine. So why should I be disadvantaged because I am a woman? And that itself is a big challenge for us. The second is also the fact that when you talk about political participation, men have perpetuated themselves in office. And so they've built social capital over the last few years. If you look at the statistics, look at today in the National Assembly in 2019 elections. So you have 84 million registered voters. 57% of that population those in the voters register are women. If you look at the number of candidates that parties fielded in 2019, there are about 23,000 candidates, 23,400 candidates that parties fielded. Of these 23,000, guess how many percent were women? 12.7%. Only 3,032 were women out of 23,000. This is a country where you have over close to 50% population. True. Yes, the World Bank says there are about 49% women population in Nigeria, but that's an estimation. Let's even rely on that. If only 3,000 were presented as candidates by political parties in 2019, it means something is fundamentally wrong with our politics. That is why we cannot make progress. Because the more we continue to keep women out of office, out of politics, we lose as a country the opportunity to harness the resource and the intellect and the energy of women. And you can see even across the world today, countries that are led by women seem to have managed the COVID-19 pandemic better.
Impressive.
There's something that women bring to the table, and you can't take it away from them. That's that intellect they have, that capacity that they have, and that is what our society needs to transform. Look at where the men have led us. No, just look at where the men have led us. No, but go to institutions that are led by women. How can you have a National Assembly of 469 members, and in the House of Reps, only 13 out of 360, in the Senate, only 8 out of 109, and you expect to make progress as a country? No, we are not serious about development, because if we are, then those hegemons in our political parties will create access for women, and women will take up the gauntlet. And I don't really subscribe to the view that women don't support themselves. That's a lie from the pit of hell. There are women who support women.
True.
There are men who don't also support men. So why should it be an issue? So these are issues, but we need to get more women into politics, to be honest.
Thank you. You're shifting tables here, honestly.
Really? We're not seeing any...
All right, now, we know elections in this part of the world, especially Nigeria, which is our country, is shrouded with violence, vote buying, vote rigging. Now, do women stand a chance in this, unfriendly atmosphere?
See, politics is never going to be friendly. Politics is a tough game. You have to be tough to play politics in this part of the world. The reason is there's something fundamentally wrong with our political culture. In this part of the world, politics is a do-or-die affair. And that is the big problem, because we don't come to politics with a mindset of service.
True.
You know, even the Bible talks about leadership is service. That's what I know. My own concept of leadership is about service.
True.
But in this place, politics and public leadership is business, is investment. You know, you spend and then you get more. But for us as a people, when you talk about, politics, there's a lot that we can do, to actually transform our politics, and women need to be more involved in political parties. We need to get them into political parties. We need to raise money to support women.
Great, I like
women also need to understand that all politics is local, right? So the man is not tougher than you. When they say men meet 2, 3 a.m., go on social media today. We have women, young women, who are awake 2, 3 a.m. They are tweeting and they are posting on social media. They are awake. So if you say political meetings hold at night, yes, go. You have women. Go and ask the women in the National Assembly. And 44 of them in the State House of Assembly. A lot of them, actually hold these meetings at night. But these meetings at night are not going to stop, especially in a country like Nigeria. And you just have to you have what it takes. You have the resilience. See, women have the resilience. And that's what you need to succeed in politics.
Oh, I can feel the passion, and I'm inspired.
I hope you run.
By the grace of God. Thank you so much.
At passion.
Yeah, all right, no problem. Thank you so much.
Always a delight.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Well, my fellow women, no more dulling. You heard him. You heard what he said. We need to brace up and rise up to the responsibility at hand. Remember, nothing changes until you move. Until we move. We need to start becoming the change we desperately want to see. If you have any more questions or concerns regarding today's topic, Please feel free to write to us at livingthelife@cbnnigeria.org. We are waiting to hear from you.